We're live.
Hey, welcome. Oh, sorry. Welcome to Stack Your Life. As always, I'm Matt, and that's RJ. RJ, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Matt. I am going to an Intercontinental this weekend. So I am very excited. I get to use my ambassador status for that. So I'm hoping for a nice upgrade because we're supposed to be upgraded. So I will be. There are times I don't enforce my status, but I think this one, I'm for a little treat for myself. I'm going to try to pull Alani and get a room inside a room.
You, a room inside a room? Who are you, and what have you done to RJ?
I got a room inside a room when I went to San Diego. Maybe I just have to go to California, to the West Coast, the coast of Lonnie, and it is like a transmittable like virus of needing a room inside a room after you're in the West Coast or on the West Coast, excuse me.
Absolutely. Hey, Clinton. Hey, Double. How are y'all? Clinton back after 2 weeks in the Caribbean, cruising and back in the harsh reality of winter. Yeah, that sucks.
I also it was not 2 weeks, but I had 80 degrees in San Diego and came back to 8 inches of snow. So yeah, there was a little bit of a I am not a summer person, but I am a spring and a fall girl. So having the 70s, 80s was lovely. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if I want the snow. I still like East Coast time better. Watching football at 5:30 at night felt sacrilegious. It was terrible. I did not enjoy that. But I enjoyed waking up at 11 and it only being 8 o'clock. That was nice until the jet lag hit me on the way back.
That's fair.
Hello, James.
Hey, James. Hope you're doing well. For a ride from the airport due to snowstorm in progress when I got back, when both of those sound criminal.
Those are very high. I think I did a 49-minute Uber ride. That was like 150, but I also got an Uber Black because look, I'm a Costco member and occasionally they will have very good deals on Uber gift cards through Costco. I am not a gift card person. I am a get me food at the hotel person, especially when I'm traveling by myself. So I will hit up a Uber gift card via Costco. That is one of the few things that I go for. Yeah, dynamic pricing is nasty. I think the thing with dynamic pricing is what is the alternative to Uber and Lyft in a lot of places?
Nothing.
Exactly. It's you walk. I can't, I either have to rent a car at an airport or I Uber and Lyft. And if I'm renting a car and then I'm paying for parking, presumably at a lot of the nicer hotels. So because I'm paying for parking, I may not actually be saving things. Plus, I've got to figure out how to get around myself, which I have an iPhone. I plug it in. Most vehicles I would get will be fine. But that's still time I have to do that versus just getting in a car, getting dropped off. You don't have to pay for parking. It works out. So I don't, for some of these, I just don't know how we replace them en masse in a way other than they get sued because of worker issues.
Better mass transit would be cool, but it also depends on where you are.
There's never going to be mass transit where I live. There is not a world we're going to live in where a train, plane, or an automobile, anything short of an automobile, is going to go past my house to pick me up to go somewhere. I don't live in that part of the country. Matt's area has some mass transit. They have Amtrak. I have Amtrak reasonably close to me, but it's not something that goes very fast. I don't live in the fast part of Amtrak. So that becomes this thing of I'm never going to get to the grocery store via mass transit. So I have to have a car. So I'm very comfortable driving. I just don't always want to drive when I go on vacation. I don't want that logistical challenge.
Yep.
Kirby, I have not suffered the Uber One issue with the pricing. I have checked a couple times in a couple different ways, and I thankfully have not suffered from it. I know Lyft in certain areas is better. I know Matt uses Lyft because of Chase reasons. I tend to find Uber where I go to be easier, but I do have both apps. I always, if I can't find anything good with Uber, I'll go back to Lyft.
I also just don't like Uber as a company.
I don't like them either, but sometimes you deal.
Yeah. App spree in October, got 8 cards. Which bank should I apply with that'll approve me after being in the garden for 12 months? It's going to depend on what type of cards you got in that app spree. Are we talking business cards? Are we talking personal cards? Have you hit all your welcome offers? If they're all personal, Chase is probably out unless like Chase is mailing you stuff directly. If they've all hit are they all about to hit your credit report? Have they all hit your credit report? It's a little vague.
Yeah. Also, look, if you're in here,
it's impressive though.
It is impressive. If you're in here, Filmo, cover your ears for a minute. Like, unless there is a crazy sub out there, like I'm gonna pull a Lonnie. Like, what is the point of all of these cards?
What's the off ramp for your
like
points?
what's your off ramp for this? Is it just acquiring as many points as humanly possible? Because if it's that's fine. I understand why you would want to do that, but also like that doesn't always lead you to a great resolution if you don't have a place to put them. Like if you have no place to put them, the points kind of don't matter if you'll get approved. Like you're not probably going to get something from Chase. You're probably not getting anything from Cap One. US Bank, you're probably not getting something. Are all of those cards Amex cards, right? Like because they have certain limits. They have lesser limits than some other things. But if you get a bunch of things and then you go to Amex, they might approve you, but they also might not. It's like Matt said, there's so much that's going to depend there.
Yeah, we did get some follow-up. Personal, customized cash, Enjoy Cash, which I'm not aware of. Active Cash, Smartly, Freedom Unlimited. Needed it for my business I just started. So I would take a gander at I would take a shot at the American Express Blue Business Plus. It's relatively easy to get. Saver One on that app spree as well. Capital One was one. Okay. So you're going with no annual, low to no annual fee, relatively lengthy, like 12 to 15 month, 0% APRs.
What is your I mean this legitimately. Like, what is your strategy? Because those cards do not a strategy present themselves. If it's cashback, cool. But again, like I would, especially if I think from your original one, after being in the garden for 12 months, I don't know if you think like, are you gardening for the next 12 months? But like, I would take that 12 months and figure out like what you want to do, man. Like, I mean that legitimately, like, cause those are a lot of cards that A, overlap, and B, do the same thing. Like they overlap for banks. Just financial back for my startup. Then you should not be using personal cards. Like,
so look into the Blue Business Plus, Blue Business Cash.
Blue Business Plus, Blue Business Cash, maybe the Plum, depending on if you have inventory, anything like that. If you're doing a ton of like ad spend, maybe a Business Gold if you want something a little bit. Again, this is more high tier than you put in, but using personal cards for business spend and just trying to get as high of a limit as possible is a great way to mess up your own personal credit and a great way for the banks to shut you down. So be careful. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying be very careful and understand the risk you're taking. It's the same way as if you're using business cards for personal spend. You're not breaking the law necessarily. You're breaking terms of service, which are different.
Yep. 34K total. I would definitely give one of the blue businesses a nice long look, because depending on your financials, it can go pretty good. Just seeing what I should go after 12 months of gardening now, young, thin file, why I had to do it. If you're going for if you're still looking for business financing, Blue Business Plus, Blue Business Cash, see if Amex will also extend you a business line of credit.
Yeah. Like, you just need, like, you also have to find ways to pay that. Like, it's great to have high limits or enough limit, right? Like, that is important.
Yep.
Matt has talked about his CSR limit. Lonnie and I have Amex Platinums, which are flexible limits depending on how you spend. Craig also has that card. Meow-Mix, you know how much I love watching us on TV. So, like, it's great. And yes, a lot of these cards that you listed have 0 APR for 12 to 15 months, and that's also great. But, like, have an idea of how you're paying this.
Yeah.
Like, Josh in our Discord puts out an extraordinary amount of money on Disney pins, but he also brings in an extraordinary amount of money. So just, I would take the next 12 months to figure things out and then look at the landscape. Because the landscape, Matt, the landscape is going to be different in 12 months. Like, I think that is.
Yeah.
Also, please don't hire a private chef and write everything off and think you're ahead on the tax game, because that's a great way to get a knock from the IRS.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're coming out of 12 months, the 8 cards you applied for in October, the first 5 you listed were personal. So that's going to nail your 524 with Chase. And again, I'm not 100% sure where 524 is, but Chase at this point, treat them as they will approach you. You probably may not want to approach them. If you're looking for business cashback, business funding, beyond Amex, you could nope. Bank of America is going to be out. They're pretty inquiry sensitive. Once those 8 hit once you're 812, you're going to be toast with them. The Citi doesn't have any business cards worth a damn right now, unless you're going to do American Airlines business cards. Highland Personals, yeah. Your best bet's just going to be Blue Business Plus, Blue Business Cash.
And I don't know what they're going to give you. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if they're going to. They will probably approve you. I cannot say if they're going to approve you for 3,000, 10,000, 20. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It also depends on what your business is. I would caution you about over exaggerating your revenue, because that also, like, Amex seems to be dropping the hammer on financial reviews right now. Like, you can't turn around on Reddit without seeing financial review. So I would caution you about applying for Amex and going ham.
Yeah. Highest personal 11 and 3 at 7K. Okay. I mean, that's not bad. That's the best I can give you, because Bank of America is going to be out. Wells will be out. Citi will be out.
I'm not saying you don't have I wasn't trying to imply that you don't have a real business. I'm just saying sometimes people inflate, especially if they've just started, they inflate their numbers. And then if they do a financial review with Amex, like, you can't back those numbers up because you just started. That's more what I was saying. I wasn't saying that you had a business. I was just being cautious and telling everybody else to be careful, because Amex is out for blood.
Yep. Yeah. So you should be fine. Credit line increases can do that. Yep. They don't necessarily pull your credit. Yep. Most banks no longer pull credit history for credit line requests. Yeah. And a lot of them will also ask you to update your income or ask you to update your revenue because they themselves want to give you higher lines as well. So if you're proving to be a good customer, they'll also potentially increase your lines of credit as well. Yeah. Most of my business stuff has been relatively easy to get. But if you're going for cash back right now, just to help with the business, that's fine. Blue Business Cash is 2% cash back on up to 50K spend.
Yeah.
So you're good there.
Let's see. I know we got a couple of other things. Let me go back. Helps if I do my multitasking and click on the right thing. Hey, getting off a phone call and being here. That's what we like to say. Thank you, Juan. We appreciate you. Hey, Matt, you want to talk about Chase?
I guess. Yeah. So Chase is, I guess, just wanting to invite lawsuits for reasons. Chase, when the edit launched, when they relaunched the Sapphire Reserve with the edit as the key feature of the Sapphire Reserve, they were promising 2 cents per point. They're going back now on their word, and the edit is largely, when you go through the inventory now, showing 1.65 cent per point. There's still 2 cent per point properties. But they're only going to be honoring up to 2 cent per point now up until the 22nd of December. Everything booked after the 22nd of December will not qualify for guaranteed 2 cent per point for reasons, and we don't know what those reasons really are. Now, obviously, folks have been using Points Boost and the 2 cent per point to juice their $250 edit credit for this half of the year. Potentially, they were doing the same back in June. Who knows if that's been a sustainable thing? Chase has tried to say that, it was always their intention that, 2 cents per point would be rotating and wouldn't be fully guaranteed, except their marketing materials said that it was 2 cents per point in the edit. Like, it's one thing if it's Points Boost is 2 cents per point and they rotate out the Points Boost properties, that's fine, right? That's not an issue. But when you say that the edit is 2x, and now you're going back and trying to rewrite your history and saying that the edit was always up to 2x, no. Chase just continues to, for whatever reason, Chase just continues to step into vats of boiling tar, and they cannot get out of their own fucking way and not be just a bunch of idiots and clowns with this. Like, they're being an absolute gong show right now. Like, they cannot continue to fuck up the Sapphire Reserve and the additional things that they've been doing with the Sapphire Reserve. Kevin, thank you for the super sticker. They cannot continue to fuck this up, and the reputational harm that they're doing, and the potential that they are maybe opening themselves up to a class action with maybe material harm to users who were booking on the guarantee of 2x and then, Chase out and change the terms from under them. I don't know what exactly they're trying to accomplish here. Like, if the edit can't be sustainable at 2x, okay, but like, add more like, they're not even adding hotels into the program. They're not doing anything that is making it reasonable to kind of like trade off this 2x. They're not doing anything to help their reputational harm. The Sapphire Reserve refresh was bad, was not received well, hasn't gone particularly well in the months since. Like, they can't get out of their own way. I don't know how many people need to like get fired over this, but like Sam Palmer should be fired for
Mhm.
sure. Um, Whoever the marketing director for the project should be fired for sure. Whoever launched the social media campaign for this project should be fired for sure. And like the Sapphire division just needs new leadership, because if this is the leadership that you're getting from this group, fire them into space and get new leadership.
So I think the problem. So here's a couple of things, right? Chase is not a credit card company. Chase is a lot of financial services wearing a trench coat. Credit cards is one small portion of who Chase is, right? Like Chase is an insanely large. I don't think we realize how large Chase is because they're just so ubiquitous, right? And we usually talk about Chase. People at Chase are likely.
That's not
Anyway,
helping me right now with my rage.
yeah, that's not the best.
I don't care that Sam Palmer can buy himself a Maserati. I want him to wreck his Maserati immediately because of that. Because of this. He doesn't have to be in the Maserati when he wrecks it. It just needs to be wrecked.
A tree can fall on it while he's far away.
I want to throw cinder blocks through it.
Yeah. Stack Your Points does not endorse property damage. Just for the
Mac Watson
record.
YouTube channel though.
That is your choice, sir. I'm just trying to keep the lights on. Anyway, so Chase's credit card business is so small compared to everything else for Chase, right? Like their JP Morgan stuff and their investment stuff and their wealth management and everything else, right? That I think that we think of them, because we're in the credit card space, as a credit card company, and they are not. They are not American Express. American Express's bread and butter is credit cards. Even banks like US Bank is in trouble because they messed up smartly. Like they messed up a credit card. Chase is not in trouble because the CSR launch went bad. Like some people may or may not get bonuses. Some people may or may not get fired. They're doing some bad PR. People don't like them right now. But Chase is not like having an existential crisis over anything, right? Like I think that is the difference, is because it's such a small part and it really, as far as we know, hasn't hurt their bottom line. They don't necessarily have, like, they have handled this badly. Forget bonuses, forget the profitability for a minute, forget all of that stuff. They have not handled this well, but this is not a Chase is going to be in trouble tomorrow. Their stock is going to drop $50 a share. Like none of that's going to happen, where like US Bank, it might not super affect their stock price, but it is affecting the company, the entire company of US Bank. And that is something that is just flat out different.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we're not waking up tomorrow and Chase is crippled completely because of the Sapphire Reserve. But they are doing near irreparable reputation harm. Like, who is going to trust them with the Sapphire Preferred at this point? Who is going to trust them to do like they've shut down the ink train, which is fine, whatever. That was a gravy train that was too good to last because of certain actions that were being taken. Where Chase finally just decided to flip the switch, right? They could flip the switch at any point. They are limiting your welcome offers on the Sapphires now. They went from 48 months to once per lifetime. Caveat, maybe not. Your mileage will vary. Take a shot in the dark, but you're going to get a pop-up that says yes or no. Okay, cool. For now, the freedoms are still every 24 months, but like there's no instant point generation with Chase the way that there was. And like for the longest time, Chase could get away with, having bad multipliers and having, when you take an objective look at them, not particularly strong or compelling cards, because Chase issued more cards than anyone else. Chase gave you so many opportunities for free money that it wasn't even funny with the ink train.
Mhm.
And now that they're closing ranks on these things, like the qualities of the cards matters, the quality of the program matters, and they're flushing all of that down the toilet for I don't know what reason. Now, normal people aren't going to know about this. Normal people aren't going to really care. Like they're going to see the Kevin Hart commercials. They're going to go sign up for the Freedom Unlimited because Chase is the biggest bank in America. Chase is not the largest card issuer in America now, but they are still like number two, and it's like not a big chasm between them and Capital One. They can get people to sign up on the celebrity branding that they slap on the cards. They can get by with things like the Freedom Rise and letting you convert it to a Freedom Unlimited, and 90 some odd stupid percent of their cards issued are probably Freedoms, be it the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited. Maybe there's old Freedoms floating out there, but they aren't. I don't know if they're considering the reputational harm that they're doing to themselves, or they just don't care.
I think that this is one of those moments of they're in the fuck around and they're hoping that the find out doesn't show up. Like, I genuinely think that's it. I think a lot of the people there don't care what people think of Chase for the next 3 years. They want to get a bonus. They want a new Maserati. They want to have a private jet. They want whatever. And if things turn sour, they're just going to leave. They're going to go somewhere else. I don't think that the people steering the like Jamie Dimon cares what Chase's reputation is in 5 years, right? Like the guy at the top cares. But does the product manager of the refresh care as long as he gets a crap ton of money because the card is now quote profitable? Like
Is
if
it
his job is
profitable if
to
everybody's going to cancel it though?
right, and but here's the thing, if he cashes out before like he knows when people's car like say I have no idea. Say March is when a lot of cards renew, right? Like say 23% of people for whatever reason renew in March.
Mm-hmm.
February, he just happens to leave with a giant like bonus because you know what I mean? Like we don't know that internal working. Like I don't think they care anymore. I don't think they care. Um this is also like I know a fair amount of people. I won't say a lot. I know a fair amount of people who have cards that give them X number of perk, right? A lounge access they want, a status they want, whatever. And that is worth it to they'll use a 1x everything. They don't care. Like it's not about having a ton of money, not having it's like I want a credit card because I don't want to use a debit card. I do not care. And I at a certain point I get it. I understand them just being like, I don't care. I will use a Freedom Unlimited for everything. I do not care. Like I don't want 7 credit cards. I don't want 3 credit cards. I want a credit card that I use for everything. I want the platinum card that I can get into a lounge and have some hotel status, and that is the only thing I use. I want the CSR where I can go to dinner and use it and it always works and I don't have to think about it. Like, and that is a very profitable segment of the country. And that is the people that we're now catering to with some of these refreshes of people that have so much inertia that either they don't care, they genuinely don't care. They don't even look at their rewards. Like I know somebody with like 700,000 MR points who I don't think they've cashed out anything in like 7 years, right? Like they just use their gold card because they have kids and they buy a lot of food for a lot of sports teams, and they go to dinner a lot because they travel because of the sports teams. It's one of my nieces, the parents of one of my niece's teammates, and like they've got a ton of points. We were talking about it, ton of points. I was like, oh, so what are you gonna do with those points? I don't know. They'll sit there until we need them. Like, not everybody care. Like, eventually they'll have a million MR points and they could do something really great if they wanted, or they won't. Like, or they'll cash them out, or they'll do a lot of things. Like, that's who most people who have credit cards are, or the people who carry balances. But that's a whole different conversation. But like, most people are just accruing a balance of points or cash back. If it's cash back, they might do it as a statement credit now and then. If it's points, they might every few years cash it out. Like, even if they travel, they just might not care. And I think that is so much more of people with credit cards than we feel comfortable talking about.
That's fair. But
is it maddening? Yes. But still. I'm going to use Vincent's comment as a point. We are not podcasting next week. We are taking Matt can do whatever he wants on mattclausenyoutube.com. That is not the actual website. Go to stackyourpoints.com. You can get to Matt Clausen's YouTube channel. He can do whatever he wants. Stack Your Points is taking the week off. We are not recording on Monday. We are not living anything. So enjoy your holiday, your Hanukkah, your Christmas, your Kwanzaa, your Howl at the Moon. I don't care. Enjoy, but we will not be giving you new content. I just wanted to put that out there.
Will we do a superlative show that following Monday?
I think we're going to do the superlative show because Lonnie won't be there. So it'll be either you, me, Craig, or you and me. And I think we can do some superlatives. I'll give you, well, you can have eggnog, right? There's no gluten in eggnog. I'll Venmo you $5 and have you go to Stewart's and get some eggnog, and you can have some nog while we act a fool while being recorded.
I'm gonna spike the shit out of that nog.
Stewart's nog is spikeable. It's very spikeable. I can't imagine. Probably not. Which is probably why they're like, oh yeah, we can end this thing. My travel credit resets Feb 7th, but my fee won't hit until May 7th. There you go.
Clinton, juice that thing to $800 and use it in the travel portal through the edit and add an IHG and maximize everything.
So Matt, I have a question for you of if I should do a thing.
Probably.
We'll talk about wells in a second. I promise. Winter solstice.
Kevin also mentioned.
If you're a winter solstice person,
3 days.
Yes, Kevin. We'll talk about wells in a second. I promise you. Boxing Day is the day after. Anyway, so I have a OG Freedom right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is the card I have with Chase because I do need a Visa. Should I move some limit off of my IHG to the Freedom, product change to a CSR, or I'm sorry, a CSP, and see if I get hit with a CSR offer, just to see, because I am laughing my ass off over 24. I am not under 524 until October of 2027. I am so far over 524 that I can't see 524 from where I'm standing.
I mean, what's the worst that'll happen? You have an OG, you have the Visa Freedom card. If you turn it into a Sapphire Preferred and they offer you an upgrade to the Sapphire Reserve, you can always say no. And I'm sure it's going to be the 3,000 spend for 25,000 points, which is weak as weak. Such a weak opening offer. I would not be surprised if we don't see that become something like 45,000 on 3,000 spend or something like that. 40,000 on 3,000 spend.
Which is kind of why I want to do it and just like be able to track it, because Matt can't see it and Lonnie can't see it. and Craig can't see it. So I would be the guinea pig that would see that offer.
Mm-hmm.
So it would technically be, maybe I could put that $95 towards taxes for the annual fee. But I am strongly thinking about, because I have a higher limit on my IHG card. So I am considering, I have to call in though, because I can't do it via app because I've already moved the limit and I need them to do it for me. Or I might just wait until it lets me do it. But I am strongly thinking about being like, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, I promise you, Double, we will do superlatives. They're coming.
3 phone reps denied it was true. Yeah, that's the other thing that's happening right now. The phone reps are not helping anything.
Representatives on the phone not knowing? No.
Like, I feel bad for them because, like, I work in customer service. I do, and I'm supposed, like, I'm in a position where I oversee the people who speak directly with the public. And, like, I can only give them what I know, and I'm only given something, and I have to turn it around to them in 5 minutes, and I don't have all the details, right? So, it's sucky, but, like, they're operating with what they know, and what they know is 2 or 3 weeks behind, I'm sure, because they're not being given the need to know information in a timely
yeah.
duration.
They're not getting it in a timely manner. They're getting it 3 weeks later with a game of telephone.
Yeah.
Keith, I have said I am not applying for a new line of credit unless Amex comes out with a new card or something insane happens with a welcome offer. But I'm going, it's, I think, December 1st of 2026. I am gardening until December 1st of 2026. I will, there's a couple of things I want to product change. There's a couple of things I want to close, but I am not opening. Matt, stop your raccoon hands, sir. I got the Rakuten card. What more do I need?
The Edward Jones card.
The Edward, like, if I don't even know what the point system Edward Jones uses.
Doesn't matter. They're called loyalty points. You exchange them for money in your Edward Jones account. It's fine.
I don't have an Edward Jones account
yet.
Matt, I have a Fidelity account and a SoFi account. I don't need an Edward Jones account.
Fine, just apply for the Fidelity card.
I can't right now. That one I legitimately. So another thing. Let me get through a comment and then we'll talk about my journey, another journey that I'm on right now. I am not applying. Here's the thing. I don't care about 520. I genuinely don't care about 524. It's just a thing. Wait, what? Did they?
There's been data points popping up that, like, they've been adding more restaurants in, but, like, nothing super crazy to my knowledge. Although, you know, I could be wrong. I haven't been paying attention to it because, like, I did the thing I say I hate, and I bought a gift card at a restaurant that my partner would be very interested in going to. So, you know, I bought a $200 gift card to get back $150 because Italian food and she misses it. So I'm trying to be like a decent person about it. But yeah.
I think after the first year, all bets are off. I think.
Yeah, after the first year, you're fine. You can bounce between the two if you want. You shouldn't, but you can.
I don't have a problem staying at Hyatt's, Keith. I'm just not going to book it straight through Hyatt. That's all. Yeah, no, the reps are the amount of abuse that the reps are taking right now probably is not very good.
No, they almost deserve some, like,
they need hazard pay.
That's what I was thinking of. Yes.
Let's get these people some hazard pay. Um, I don't want
They
the fetch
absolutely
card.
deserve a bonus.
The Rakuten card was great. Um, I don't need the fetch card. I don't have a Morgan Stanley account to be able to get that one, and I have the vanilla platinum, so I don't think they will. I don't think they will say yes. I need to be a good boy. Yeah, the Hyatt Platinum Premium card is going to come out, and you're going to get like, what's the second tier? I don't even know Hyatt tiers. Discoverist? Is that the second one?
Luckily, you'd be lucky to get Explorers on the card. Like the worst case scenario is you get Explorers for the first year and Discoverers every year thereafter. I will burn something to the ground if that's the case. But it's also going to depend on the annual fee.
I don't think they'll let me have it. I don't
You wish you
want
were.
it.
You never know.
I, I don't think they'll let me have it. I'll, like, what am I going to do with a build card? Like, what? The way I pay,
Transfer or
the
rate
way
to
I,
Hilton.
the way I pay rent, I can't get points from that. And I have a Hilton card if I would like Hilton points. And I can get 5x on my Hilton business. So why do I need build? So Matt, we're gonna talk about more Chase in a minute, guys. I promise, but I'm interspersing.
Yeah, I've seen
I,
a couple of
I,
data points in that.
I still don't think Amex is gonna give me another platinum.
Amex will give you whatever you want, man, as long as you're willing to pay for it.
But I'd have to fund the E-Trade account, and I don't want to do that. That seems like a thing I don't want to do. I don't want built points. So here's the thing, Matt. I have 2 US bank cards. I have the Shoppers Cash and I have the Cash Plus. I'm thinking of getting out of US Bank.
US Bank should get out of credit cards, so that's fair.
Well. But so here's my question. It renews in July. It renews the same day as the Aviator Red, funny enough. Matt, knowing my love of that card that he made me get.
I didn't make you get anything.
Yes, you did. You made me get the Rakuten card. That one you can't deny your involvement.
Sure, but the Aviator Red, I said Barclays was handing them out like candy. You said no. I said, okay. You applied for it on a whim to prove me wrong, and you got egg on your face.
Yes, because you made me apply for the card. By saying that, you made me apply for the card. Anywho, I don't. So I use Amazon and Walmart are easy, right? Like I just use a different card for them. I don't need. That one is easy, and it's got a $95 annual fee, so whatever, right? Cash Plus is where I put my cell phone, where I put my streaming, all of that. That card I don't even have in my Apple Wallet. That card is literally just a forget you exist. Everything goes to it. Whatever. We'll also talk about this in a second, Vincent. I promise. The answer might surprise you. So here's my question. Do I get rid of both of them and just put cell phone and streaming on whatever, on either the Blue Business Plus, Hilton something, right? And just don't think about it? Do I so I've done in the past, like Google Play gift cards are one of those things I don't like paying because I pay for a bunch of upgrades with my YouTube TV and not all of them come out on the same day, which drives me nuts. So sometimes I'll just put like $500 in Google Play up on the up on my Google account, and then it can just pull from that instead of off a credit card. And that way I don't see like the 5 different charges a month because it drives me nuts that it's pulling 5 different times instead of just billing once like a normal thing. So do I do that? Because I can do giftcards.com with the Rakuten card and get 6x. So I could do that. So Matt, or I could just put it on like I said, a catch-all. What should I do, Matt? Tell me what to do, because I don't know if I'm almost positive I don't want to keep these cards. Not because they're bad cards. If they were with, even if they were with Citi, especially the Cash Plus, because I don't actually use it for anything but things that are auto and forget it. Even Citi I could take, but US Bank I am done with all of the shenanigans. What should I do?
You can definitely get out of the cards. I would definitely get out of the shopper cash for sure. $95. Yes, the 6x, the 6 times points, the 6% is nice, but like, are you going to be spending enough at Walmart to really warrant the $95 annual fee?
So I have Walmart Plus and I work from home. So the annual fee is not the problem. I have made like $500 in cash back off of Walmart this year.
Okay.
So the annual fee is the least of the problems. It's sort of US Bank and other options to do.
If you don't want the cards, if you don't trust the bank, and what has US Bank done to deserve your trust? Or to continue your trust? If you want to get out, you should absolutely just get out. It doesn't make sense to kind of like twist yourself into knots to try and figure out something that is not going to necessarily work for you.
So if I'm getting out,
yep.
How should I get out, Matt? I think I could, in theory, if I keep the gold business, there's a couple of things I think I can throw on there, but I also put dining spend on that one occasionally. So I don't want to screw up my Forex.
Well, dining. Do you currently hold a green?
I use the green as another dining card if I'm concerned that I'm not gonna get the points for the things I want.
Plus, remember your Rakuten card is also 2x dining, and
it is.
You can always.
I mean, I can just use the green. Like I usually default to the green because I forget about the gold.
So you can go any number of ways. The Rakuten play with giftcards.com and buy like several $100s worth of Google Play, and just get it off the top of your head on that one. You can just roll with that to keep the YouTube. That should be fine because that's 6 times the membership reward points, and that's membership reward points you wouldn't earn otherwise.
This is true. Yeah. Okay. I like that idea. And here's the thing, like Apple and Google, those gift cards to me are the most useful because I can literally not have to think about what I'm doing with them. Right? Like the people who like do the gift card down to the dollar to do things, I don't know if I love that, like just from my mental load, but I just put it on my Apple. I am spending money through Apple. I am spending money through Google. So just put it on there and forget it. Those are my favorite gift cards.
Also looking at the list of restaurants now for the Sapphire Reserve, it is much bigger than it was. Significantly bigger than it was.
It is bigger, yes.
You do get the 3 season in Ohio, and you have options in Austin now.
Nice. And yeah, Clinton, you can get Google Play credit at a discount usually. There's different ways to do that, so it's helpful. But yeah, so I think, but I have to wait till July. So who knows what things are going to look like?
Who knows if US Bank will still be issuing credit cards by July?
Yeah, Costco also, if you're a gift card person, Costco also is very useful. Keith, I promise we will get back to this, but I do want to, if I can find it. Vincent asked, Matt, do you think we'll see a Rove branded credit card?
Nope. They've committed to not doing one. They were going to launch with one to start when they started. Here's the thing. The economics of a credit card, as we've seen with Mesa, really fucking hard. As we've seen with Built, really fucking hard. uh, they pivoted really early away from it to set up this process that they're doing now. If they if they added a co-branded card at this point, they would have to lose Lufthansa as a transfer partner because of them being a reward network and like a loyalty program and not a credit card. Like credit cards are an issue according to the German law, but Lufthansa's compliance office seems to have it that because Rove does not issue a credit card and there's nothing involved with a credit card there,
Mm-hmm. They can do it.
that they can do it. And Lufthansa is like kind of one of the big draws right now for Rove. A Rove Miles branded credit card, no. Carissa, who is in our Discord, and their head of travel and marketing, has said that like the idea of a credit card, if it was dead before, it is super dead now.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I got to figure out. I'm almost certain my Aviator Red is just going to get closed because
What, you don't want a city card?
there's actually a city card I would take, but I don't need any like there's nothing for me to do with city. I also lost 35,000 AA miles and went because I was supposed to get a rental car when I was in Hawaii and we didn't end up going to Hawaii and they wouldn't refund me.
Sounds about right.
I have never in my life thought about using a Priority Pass restaurant ever. I just use the Delta or the Centurion Lounge. Matt.
Yep.
What card was worse in 2025? Smartly, US Altitude Reserve, or the CSR?
Smartly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Smartly like kneecapped their entire credit card program. When a card kneecaps its credit card, like when the card kneecaps the bank's credit card program, yeah, that had the worst year because U.S. Bank, the Altitude Reserve wasn't available for public application all year, and they announced the changes in August as a consequence of what Smartly did. Like Smartly, the 4% unlimited didn't even last 6 months.
Yeah.
And
no,
CSR has been bad, like god awful, but like CSR can get fixed.
In theory, potentially.
Chase kind of has a reason. Chase will fix it. Yes, people are going to get bonuses because of it, but because of the sudden profitability.
Right, but are they going to, once they get it profitable, are they actually going to go back to it being unprofitable? Like, that doesn't feel like a bank thing to do.
Depends if 5% of your like if you had a certain market penetration before the refresh and that market penetration drops significantly.
But if you're making more money than you were before, even with the smaller amount, that you can now, in theory, rehab your image without actually losing money, like I could see them holding for a year or two and then
we're playing like it's a space where 3%, if you lose 3% of your customers, it's a really, really bad thing. And like there's a certain amount of massaging that you can do where like, oh yeah, we haven't lost these customers because they didn't and yes, profitability is greater than market share. I understand that. But when you're losing market share and profitability, because yes, you've upped the margins, they could potentially lose enough customers where it's not a market share problem anymore. It is a profitability concern.
potentially. I don't know if I have good feelings about this. I don't need another platinum card. I also like don't want to open, like if I didn't have to open an E-Trade account, maybe. I don't want to. Yeah, no, Costco is great. I love Costco. Do you think US Bank will pull a Mesa in 2026?
No, they'll actually announce things and like have a timeline. But I could see them just shutting things down at some point. They could just decide that consumer credit cards are not for them.
I mean, I could see that. All right, Matt.
Because
I'm
they
going to
make
use
way
this.
more money on LN anyway.
This is true. I'm going to use this as the Wells comment. We got a couple of Wells comments. They're all roughly the same. Matt, what is Wells doing in 2026?
Here's the thing. I have an idea.
Okay.
I can't say anything though.
Why? I mean, I that was me giving you an excuse to say something like all secret agent, sir. I wasn't asking the actual question. I was giving you an off ramp.
Well, no, I have an idea of what they're doing. I do have a source. I do not want to burn anything at the moment, but I will say keep an eye out, and sooner than later.
Am I going to want to get a Wells card in 2026?
You already want to get a Wells card.
Am I going to want to get a Wells card and actually have a use for it that's not cashback?
Probably.
Matt, you're making me want to apply for things, and I can't. I know because here's the thing: if I applied for a Wells Fargo card right now, they'd laugh. So I need to go a year clean just for that.
I don't have. I have some specifics. I don't have specifics, but yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Sooner
See,
than
guys,
later, and we have an idea of, and I have an idea of the next transfer partner.
I have the active, gonna get the autograph and wait for the beyond, even though I already like the journey. The autograph and the journey are like legitimately good cards. I really like, I kind of want, I don't have a 2X card. I don't have, let me rephrase, I don't have a 2X personal card. I kind of want one, but I also kind of don't need one. So we'll see. But I do give Wells credit. Matt. I love that your eyes are staying completely still. I do love Wells was just like, no, we're not gonna make a rookie move. Like, we're not gonna make the rookie move of doing something stupid to do something. I will give them props for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious if some of this is just like, what are they going to do? Go to the CFPB? Good luck.
I think it depends on volume.
That's 90% of the reason why I don't hold a journey right now. The 5X hotels is nice, but I don't spend enough at hotels to justify the $95 annual fee or a $45 annual fee. Thick Boy, I'd love to, but I'm not about to burn sources. I'd rather have a source.
You and I need to have a conversation, Matt, because I was in a previous life, I was a sports journalist. We need to teach you how to have a source and not be like, I like having a source, guys. This is great. Like, we got to teach you covert skills, Matt. We got to make you an international man of mystery.
I'm being mysterious enough as is. Everybody's waiting as they need to.
But there's ways for you to do it without being like, I have a source. You're like, I have talked to some people There is some things I'm not at liberty to say them yet, but when the time comes, there will be 18 Matt Clausen YouTube videos with this fine onesie that I am wearing.
None of which doing this.
What lounges, like if they were going to lounge, what
Already
lounges?
past the start.
Yeah.
May or may not get restaurant. Keith, I've been waiting for as well. Like I know it's a pain. I know.
What color is the autograph beyond going to be? Can we speculate on the color of the credit card? Because the autograph is really pretty. It's like blues and reds and purples, and the journey has a lot of black to it with some red.
I would imagine more black.
Black does seem to be the way they're gonna go.
I wouldn't mind black in their hues of purple.
Black with some purple on the ends instead of the red for the journey would be nice. I like that.
Like that I can speculate.
Yes, I was giving you something that I didn't think was under national security. But yeah, no, I'm excited. This is genuinely like I don't know how many refreshes we're getting next year. I think we're getting a green card refresh. I have no sources. I think we're getting a green card refresh. I hope we're getting a green card refresh. There are very few other cards I think that will be refreshed that I am super interested in. I am kind of interested in what Wells Fargo can do. Just A, from just an observer perspective, and B, I want Matt to have nice things.
I mean, I don't know what autograph journey is made of. The autograph card is like super heavy, super thick plastic, like almost like to the point where you think it's a metal core. So I would imagine that if this is going to be an infinite card, that they'll also make it a metal card.
I mean, it's nice. Matt, I want to talk about a phenomenon that I am seeing that I do not entirely understand. We talk about like the CSR, we talk about the platinum, we talk about the the Ventrax, we talk about the city strata, whatevers. Those are objectively expensive credit cards. Like you and I both hold a premium credit card with a north of $700 annual fee. Neither of us have paid that much, but we have it, right? And people love those cards. They use them. Everything is good. People get very like persnickety for mid-tier cards. Like they act like $95 on a flyer is unconscionable, but they have 3 platinums. No, look, I get a ton of value out of my platinum. I get more than the annual fee times 2 out of my platinum, which is why I hold it. But like, I'll take a flyer on a $95 card. I don't know if I'm going to work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but people get very, very like, very. I don't know. Like they spend 15 hours agonizing over the $95 card when they look at like the $1,000 card and are like, yeah, that'll be great. Like I'll keep this forever. And I just like sometimes I think we just need to like it's $95. If you lose 90, I've lost $95 on a bad hand of poker. Like it'll be okay.
I think the reason there is because of the super cards, basically. Like because you can get so much value from the platinums, the business platinums, I'll say the Strata Elite, although I think you're stretching on that one. Unless you really like really like Black Lane for more than a one-off, except one ride would knock out your entire semi-annual credit. I think because those cards can give you so much value, the $95 card requiring X amount of work just feels like it's not necessarily worth it. Like the Sapphire Preferred can pay itself off with the DoorDash credit alone if you're using that DoorDash every single month. The savings that you can get with Dash Pass, which is savings that you would just be getting for like going there yourself. But like the savings that you can rack up with Dash Pass can outweigh the annual fee, and that's before you do the $50 credit in the travel portal, right? You don't have to do the travel portal to get the 90 to offset the annual fee, because you're not going to offset the annual fee. But Dash Pass alone and the savings you can get from Dash Pass, that's before the $120 in like grocery that you can do, or convenience stores that you can do with the Sapphire Preferred. Like the Sapphire Preferred can pay for itself several times over. The Strata Premier, you have to pay $500 to get you have to pay $500 to get the $100 credit, and it doesn't do anything else for you in terms of like ways to get that money back. The Autograph Journey at least has that $50 airline credit. The Venture now doesn't really offer anything other than TSA global entry. Double asks, why don't credit cards, especially premium ones, charge annual fees monthly?
Then you can leave them faster.
Double. Imagine the upgrade downgrade nonsense that you can do with American Express. Now imagine being able to do it every 3 weeks.
You'd probably still have to do it for the first year.
They would still, like, even after that first year, every other month in year 2 is just going to be up and down.
They would put some form of a block on it, but yeah, people would, until they figured out to do it, it would be insane.
Yeah. And Dash Pass isn't necessarily a savings, but like the savings, like the money that you can accrue over time from Dash Pass, like it's not great because it's already marked up to begin with, I know, but like getting some of that back is not bad. In the 2.5 years that I've had DoorDash, I've saved over $400 just from having Dash Pass. But I'm stretching really hard to grab that one.
I do not live in a place where I can get consistent delivery, so a lot of these, like if I had to use Uber for food delivery, I would only use it when I'm vacationing. Yeah. I can't use it at home. I can do pickup order, which is nice. Like I can just be like, I want to pick it up. Which is helpful, or I can use it for stuff when I'm on vacation, which is where I usually do. But yeah, anything like Uber One, DoorDash, all of those premium ones that they do, save some, don't save others. Like it's sort of like, oh, I did actually save $15 on this, but it cost me $15 on these 3 other things. Like they're all a wash, probably.
Yeah. Do people know what happens if you have 2 Chase credits that are eligible simultaneously? What do you mean by that? Because like if you have the Sapphire Reserve, you can get $25 on both your mobile DoorDash account and online on DoorDash. Like they're considered 2 separate things, and you can double dip that.
Your mileage may vary.
Yeah. So if I charge $250 on an Edit hotel and also have the $300 credit active, will I apply both credits or the Edit one first? I just hope I don't lose the Edit credit because the annual travel goes. No, they'll stack. So if you book an edit hotel, and if you've got the $300 travel credit available to you and you have the $250 edit credit right now, if you book a hotel, if you book a night or pair of nights, because you need 2 nights to activate the edit credit, if you book something north of $550, you'll get $550 back after you prepay.
But you have to, like, it has to be that much. You cannot do a $300 and somehow get money back.
No.
So if the hotel's $300, you're not going to get a $250 credit and a $300 credit, and then you get money.
That is supposedly something that will come. That, well, it won't be the 10%, but it would be $10 monthly Uber One, Uber Eats on the rumored Saver X was a feature that was being surveyed.
Yeah. Edit hotels are super.
Yeah.
There's also that.
My $300 credit won't renew until May. So, like, what I could do in theory, and don't necessarily want to do this, but what I could do in theory would be to wait until, like, not use my edit credit in the first half of next year until my $300 credit resets, and don't use my $250 IHG like select hotels credit, and then do an $850 credit. No, sorry, $550, an $800 credit at a Kimpton. Like, get a Kimpton half off. But that would be silly. Yeah. If you haven't used the travel credit, you can use just enough points to leave that $550 there, and it would knock it out. And yes, double. The edit is more than a mess. The edit is an unmitigated disaster. Like, the edit.
FHR is great.
The edit is to Chase as Pripyat is to Ukraine.
Wow.
What?
So I just got $100 off. If I can get this stupid thing to work. What are you on about now? I am doing a Rakuten card order for gift cards for Google Play Store. I'm getting 5,200 points on the order and $100 off.
There you go. So there you are.
So now I don't have to think about it.
And yes, there may be an upgrade downgrade game with Chase, but I don't know how, like, useful it's going to be.
I have a feeling Chase is more likely to stop the shenanigans there, especially if they're killing the Ink Train. It feels like they're watching.
Probably. Yeah.
That's also a possibility.
Yeah. Well, don't try and play them. It's going to be, as always, I like to go with don't do stupid shit.
Yeah. The FHR credit is legitimately, like, easy. I used it for a night in Vermont. It was lovely. I walked around the hotel going, I am not in the right tax bracket for this place, but it was great. Have you ever done that, Matt? Been in a hotel and you're like, I am not in the right tax bracket for this?
Yes. Which is exactly why I want to go to the original Waldorf.
That is fair.
Yeah, that's until, City will eventually change that, I'm sure, as they build out their renowned whatever they're calling their top end collection. Like City's at least doing this properly, where City doesn't have enough hotels in that collection to make it like worthwhile to you to push the credit to that 300 to push that $300 hotel credit to them exclusively. So they're going to build up that list of hotels. Unlike, I don't know, Chase, who fucked up from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, we have the edit. Okay. The edit is half the size of FHR. Yeah, but we're going to do this credit. That's dumb. Yeah, we don't care. And you're going to have to stay 2 nights. Great job, filmer.
I feel like the 2 nights more was the hotels than.
Oh, it absolutely was. It absolutely was. And when, Steve Squarey said we're going to make the biggest investment ever into the Platinum card, it was buying off the hotels to get FHR for another night.
Matt does some great impressions, guys. It's very appropriate.
That's almost the voice I used for the stereotypical, what I think a City Custom Cash holder sounds like.
Be nice, Matt. Be nice to people. There are some lovely people with City Custom Caches. Don't you have a City Custom Cache?
Me? I wouldn't be caught dead with a City Custom Cache.
Or not the custom cache. Oh no, yeah. I think Tariq has a custom cache still.
Possibly. I hold no City cards right now.
See, Clinton has a custom cache. You can't say all custom cache owners are terrible people, Matt.
1 custom cache is fine. 47 custom caches? No, go away. Stop it. Get help. Yes. You're a different kind of person. You're Elmer. From the deepest of deep woods, Alabama.
I have my $1,000 worth of gift cards that I can redeem now. It's gonna take a minute. But now I don't have to think about my YouTube TV bill for like 9 months.
It's crazy how expensive YouTube TV is.
It is. It is very crazy. But I also like football. So there's that.
Well, they found the brown shooter apparently.
Good.
In a storage facility in New Hampshire.
Okay.
Also, apparently self-deleted.
Okay.
Yeah, not great.
No.
A custom cache is fine. 47 custom caches, you have a problem.
It only took an hour. Booked edit, left money to trigger credits. Hope they refund. We'll see. So Matt, are you doing anything for New Year's? Because I am thinking of. I have 3 days. Technically 5 with the weekend. I'm thinking of doing a thing. I don't know if I want to do a thing. Are you doing a thing?
In terms of like hotels or something like that.
Yeah, a little trip, a little time away.
I don't. Potentially. I was asked if I wanted to do like a hotel night that night for New Year's Eve into New Year's. So I might do a thing. I blew through my quarterly credit on the Surpass, so I don't have to worry about that. If I'm going to book anything in the edit right now, which I really don't want to, and I probably won't for this portion of the year, for this credit cycle, and I will probably look into something else, but I might book something for New Year's Eve. I've been asked to book something for New Year's Eve. I just have to see if it's 2 or 3 or however many people. Although I was told that the children from Ohio will be here, so maybe it won't be a thing. I might just hang out on my own.
Custom cash moon multipliers. I mean, it depends on how many you have. And also if you can use city points.
Well, now you can use city points because American Airlines. Before, it was really hard to justify city points.
Right. But if you don't have a need for city points, It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
The One Key Plus card, if One Key status meant anything, that card would be super compelling. I also like that card codes groceries at both Walmart and Target, so that's cool. I don't have a reason to get the One Key card, the One Key Plus card, but it's nifty, it's out there, and I would like Wells Fargo to continue issuing co-branded cards. So yeah, I don't have like strong or negative feelings toward it. I do like that you can use it at Walmart and get your grocery spent there. I just wish that One Key status meant anything, because you get a status on the card, but like if you are just a member, you can save the same amount of money as somebody with gold status. Like Dugras did a pretty extensive live on the One Key Plus card and like what One Key Plus the status associated with it, how just like absolutely silly it was. But again, Walmart and Target are grocery, which is cool. And you Wells Fargo and co-brands. They should go back to issuing co-brands now that they got that boondoggle out of the way.
What status do you care about the most? Like, of all of your stati, which one do you care about?
Arex. The one that the one that I care about the most, I would imagine probably Hilton Gold.
I was gonna say my Hilton status, so I feel you.
Like Hyatt Discoverers doesn't matter. Hyatt Explorers also doesn't really matter, but like once you get to Globalist, everything's good. Like that would be sweet. The problem is you have to get to Globalist, and I have not put enough nights to get to Globalist. Even if I did like double night stays or did a challenge, I would be getting soft Globalist, but like Globalist with everything along the way, like the guest of honor certificates, the extra points along the way, all of that would be fantastic. Getting to Globalist with just the base points is a grind, but doable. It's just a grind on base. And yeah, Discoverus is just a 2 p.m. checkout, but I'm almost never at the hotel past 12. And it is nice that you can buy this Delta status for the low price of $700.
So, am I keeping the Delta reserves next year? Yes. Anywhere I fly, I am going to use the full amount of the card's annual fee on one of the tickets. Like, outside of me flying to New York City, I am using the annual fee. And if I was going to New York City, I'm going to just take the train. So I make out on that. I have parents that we do trips with, and my grandmother, and a couple of friends. So I have options of who to give companion pass to. So for me, even if I didn't necessarily get the MQD boost, those cards would be valuable to me. The MQD boost and getting automatic silver with them makes it better. It's one less status to have to do myself. And it allows me to get the possibility of platinum every year. So that is helpful. So for me, the Delta Gambit for those two cards is super helpful. I have thought of adding a Delta Platinum because I can book the ticket and then upgrade later. The problem with that is just simply I do not like the upgrade later mentality. I like to just if I get a hotel room I want and I get an upgrade, whatever. If I get a Comfort Plus seat and I want a first class seat, I just want to book the first class seat. I don't want to have to negotiate the ability to get that seat later. Because for me, part of I think there's a couple of camps when it comes to travel. Some people see the actual flight and all of the machinations of you getting to a place as like, I just want to get that over as soon as possible. Like, I don't care about the lounges. I don't care about I just want to be off the plane. I want to be where I am. For me, part of the trip is the trip, is the flying, is the lounges, is that transit part. That is for me how I see my vacations. So for me, things like the first class and going to lounges that I have only 3 places I can fly directly from Delta from my home airport. I know the lounges in those places. I know where I want to go once I get to those places to go to the lounge, right? The only time there's sort of a new experience is if I fly to, like, when I flew to San Diego, I went to the Delta Lounge in the San Diego airport.
Mm-hmm.
So that was new for me. But at LGA, Atlanta, and Detroit, I know those lounges because I have to fly through one of them to go anywhere. So for me, that is part of my vacation. My vacation is the flight there and the flight back as well. So I enjoy that part of the trip where some people just want it over. So I enjoy just getting the first class seat and not having to be concerned about it. So yes, I'm using both. Delta status is also super useful. I think if I traveled internationally more because I have platinum and I could status match to get ruby or sapphire or one of them.
Well, you'd go grab SkyTeam Elite or whatever.
Yeah. So that would be super helpful. I kind of want to go. There's only really a very select few places internationally I would ever want to go. Pick a Celtic nation, basically, and that's it. Ireland, Scotland. I would love to go to Wales. I would love to go to even Brittany in France. Would be really cool. Isle of Man is a bit harder to get to just because it is the Isle of Man and there's not like an airport to fly into. Not like a major airport.
No.
So that's a bit different, but I am thinking in either 26 or 27 trying to do that. So maybe, but I think I don't know if I need to add the Delta Platinums, I guess is my final thing, but yeah, Delta status is great. If you have executive platinum with AA, especially if you're a business traveler, like Craig talks about his status with AA, literally they can hold the plane for him because he flies so much and his travel is so business side. Yeah, so all of that to me is part of it. Be honest when you do. Like, tips for applying for a business card, be honest. If you make 13,000 last year, don't put that you made 113,000.
Yep.
That will come back to bite you. If you're actually using it for business, make sure you're documenting things for your taxes. You can't just say, well, I spent $300,000 through my Blue Business Plus. So obviously, and that would be a terrible card to do that. But like, obviously that was all business. So I'm going to deduct it all. If you're using it for actual business, be cognizant of that. I wish I used late checkout at hotels. I just never end up, circumstances never end up for me to ever be able to actually use late checkout. I wish they did. And yeah, MR, like the travel day is holy. It's different. It's holy for both me and Lonnie. It is holy in wholly different ways for me and Lonnie. Like I enjoy the trip. If it takes 7 hours to get there and I get to see a lounge or two, fantastic. Lonnie wants a direct flight and to just be at his location, which is totally acceptable. Just very, very different. Matt.
Yo.
2026 prediction, Wells Fargo gets the JetBlue card. How excited would this make you?
Extraordinarily. Because, well, like an actual bank that gave a shit in charge of that card would be nice. Like I I want so badly for JetBlue to partner with a bank that actually gives a shit about the card. And if Wells Fargo is going to go back into co-brands, and this would be their first attempt at an airline card, I think they would give enough of a shit to actually, I don't know, give a shit. So I would love it, because then that Premier card, that god awful Premier card, would actually be like useful with Wells Fargo. And I would get one, because I believe Wells Fargo would actually give a shit.
Okay. I would love them to get the card just because it would make Matt happy. And occasionally, I want Matt to be happy occasionally. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Yeah, like if you're an actual business person and they hold the plane for you, like, good on you. Yeah, so I usually do fly home in the afternoon. Like, I almost always fly home and get into my local airport about midnight. That is my MO. There is a nice little Hilton by my airport that I will just drive my car to and be like, I'm spending the night here and going home tomorrow. I am that person, but I also usually don't need late checkout. So I think it depends on who you are.
Yep.
Matt has a kid, which necessitates him to have a different lifestyle.
Also, yup. I want to keep booking hotels on Rove because it's 7x right now for loyalty eligible stays, but I don't want to commit to $900.
I mean, I just committed to $900, but it's for my YouTube TV, which I'm gonna have to pay anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's the weird, like, that is the thing about credit cards. When you're buying something that you have to buy, or let me rephrase that. You're buying something that is, you're just gonna, like, I am not gonna not have TV, right? Like, I am the TV buyer of my house. So I'm gonna have the TV. So, like, it's not money I'm spending to, like, I'm getting more points than I usually would, but I'm not buying a thing that I would not. It's coming out of my account. So
yep.
That is a thing in credit cards that is always a little bit funny, is when you're being like, yeah, I'm gonna have to buy this thing anyway. There is no way around me buying this thing.
Yeah, which is a slight pain, but
like, I imagine parents feel this a lot for, like, diapers, right? Like, you've got to buy them.
Sure do. You most certainly do.
Like, there's no way to not buy the diaper. So you might as well buy said diaper.
Yep.
You might as well get a good redemption on your diaper purchase.
Well, you could do the cloth diaper thing, but no.
Matt, I get the people who are environmentally conscious. I wish I was more, but my line, I mean, I'm not going to change a kid's diaper anyway, but my line is crossed at cloth diapers.
Yeah. So I already hit my 75,000 upgrade offer. So I've got my 75,000 points.
Which one is that?
The Surpass.
Ah, very nice.
I have a $3,000 bill next month, so that's fun.
Yes, that is. You do have to actually pay for what you've done. Yeah, most of the places I fly out, like, if I'm on the return home, have a lounge of some sort, so I just go hang out at the lounge. Cruise boarding time, I can understand that one. Yeah, I understand why that one would be particularly useful. But what else would you like to talk about, Matt? What other sins have been committed in the credit card game?
Oh no, right now it's just Chase. I mean, according to my comments, Amex can do no wrong ever. which is weird.
I mean, I don't think that's correct. I think you are like, why do you hate Amex so much?
It's not so much Amex.
Huh?
It's not so much Amex.
It kind of is though.
It's the stands.
I mean, but what are I'm asking you this question genuinely, okay? I am not being sarcastic. I'm not stirring the pot. I am asking you this question legitimately, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What is Amex actually doing wrong in your opinion right now? I'm either going to mute myself to let you talk. So if you see my mouth move, you're not going to hear me. I am giving you the floor. Tell me what Amex is doing wrong. I will mute myself now so you can say it without me interrupting.
No, it isn't so much what they're doing wrong. It is the ethos of, I can just upgrade, downgrade whenever I want. I can manipulate Amex to my will, and Amex won't do anything about it. Um, there's a certain mentality of, as long as Amex doesn't care, I can get away with anything I want. Now, financial reviews are happening. There obviously is the rat squad, and that's fine. But like, I see folks who, or it appears to me that there are folks who are more than willing to abuse Amex and flaunt in your face how many points they can rack up abusing Amex than most of the other ecosystems. I say that where there are some folks who are abusing the crap out of Citi, and Citi is just too stupid to realize, or they don't care because, oh my god, somebody's putting spend through our credit cards. But like, just there's a certain ethos, it seems like, with Amex, and again, it's not the company. The company did their refresh, right, of the platinum card. They did their refresh of the gold card. They're going to do their refresh of the green card. They know that people are willing to pay or not pay, and run their profits beautifully, that they don't have to cater to anyone not willing to pay $150 a year for the green card at minimum. They've still got folks who still have the everyday preferred. They would prefer they didn't have those cards, but they're not really going to worry about it too much. They get to run their game with the blue cash and blue cash preferred. It's not real cash back, but people are willing to give them a pass because, oh my god, it's so great. They get to do the things that they get to do with very little like pushback, because there are so many points opportunities for them. There are that they can hand out like candy. There is, the Blue Business Plus is always presented as a means to keep your points alive for free, but it's not like they don't approach the Blue Business. They seemingly, in my opinion, do not present the Blue Business Plus as a business card. They present it as, a card that is ostensibly for business, and like, they may care about it for business, but like, they don't really care who they give the card to. It's just another means of getting more spend out of people. It's just an ecosystem that they don't really care what you do so long as you spend with them, and they're willing to have any sort of means to like dial things up or dial things back, that they can manipulate the market seemingly in a way that most others can't. And it just feels like market manipulation.
90% of that had nothing to do with Amex.
No, and I get that. It's not Amex the company.
Right, but you sound like somebody who doesn't like Swifties arguing that Taylor Swift is a bad artist.
Savvy businesswoman.
Like, I'm not, that is not a pro or anti Taylor Swift point, but that's what you sound like. Your problem is not the Rollings, or oh God, what are they called? Jerry Garcia's band.
Grateful Dead.
Thank you. Your problem is not the Grateful Dead, it's Deadheads. Like,
Yes.
your problem is not the company, your problem is the people. And I am offended as somebody who has multiple Amex cards, Matt, that you're being mean to my people.
What was my biggest complaint with Apple before I got into Apple products? It wasn't Apple products. The products were fine. It was...
I know, you're having the same problem. Again, I am surrounded by Apple. Why does it seem all the things I like, you like to pick on? No, I get it. Like, people, but also, like, Amex has good cards. Like, they have cards that people want. Like, they have cards that people want that are not people who are churning and upgrading and downgrading. And yes, Sleepy Rod, all banks have stands. Like, I'm not a stan of Amex. I like their products. Matt and I have had that conversation before.
Right. And I call Chase out on their getting away with 1.5 base and the no gas, no groceries, and everything having 3x. Like, I've yelled about that. Again, the only thing that was holding them up for the longest time was the Ink Train and Hyatt, and now it's just Hyatt. Like, Chase will need to make changes at some point because their product isn't good enough. And I had issues when the only thing that people would say about Chase was go get an Ink card. Like, no. Again, the issue isn't the bank. The bank isn't our friend. American Express isn't my friend. American Express, sure, the gold card is good. The green card is good. If the platinum was just a membership that didn't offer any sort of membership reward points on flights or hotels, but like I could buy that suite as a product without the card, I would buy the subscription.
Then why do you have such a problem with the card? Like, I don't understand. Like, my platinum card, I think, gave me more points than any other card I had last year, and that had nothing to do with the sub.
Right, but you also buy more flights than I do.
Right, but like, you just said you would buy the subscription, I'm assuming at the annual fee price. So why do you have a problem having a credit card attached to it that if you do buy flights, you can get a bunch of points? See, occasionally I have a problem with Fish and Fish fans. I work with a very big Fish fan. She will go to random small towns to watch them play. We talk about Delta credit cards. It's great. There is also that, except for our community. SYP community is great. We also need a nickname for our listeners, Matt.
You know what? They can determine that for themselves.
I'm not saying we should pick it. I'm just saying we need one.
Yeah. Again, my problem isn't with Amex. My problem wouldn't be with Taylor Swift. My problem would be with that group. You like to be a contrarian sometimes, Matt. I also like to very much complain about everybody.
This is true. I'm just saying, like, Amex has been very good to me, even though they're about to take 25,000 of my points away.
Can we be called thick boys?
Call it thick boys. Honestly, that is not the worst. It's not the worst.
No, that's fine. Like, again, you should reevaluate if they continue with the point transfer reductions. That's fine. It's the folks who, like, my opinion matters more than yours because I'm right about Amex.
Maybe my
right?
opinion does matter more than yours because I am right about Amex, Matt. Have you thought of that?
I return null.
Okay, it's fair.
When does my Amex video drop? When does my wish list drop?
Stackers is a good one, Keith. I like Stackers.
Yeah. Oh, it drops on Saturday. That's when.
I will be at a youth pole vaulting tournament on Saturday.
Well, that's fair.
I will also be staying in an Intercontinental hotel. So, win.
Stackers can work.
Stackers is good. I like Stackers.
Yeah.
That was quick.
There you go. I said leave it to them. I'm not here to push anything there. Oh no, I did my chase rant. Stacker patty whacker. There you go. No, I've done my chase rants.
I have now added $1,000 to my Google Play balance, which is let's see how much money, how many months this is going to actually pay for my Googles.
We're paying what, $89 a month?
Oh God, no. That would be lovely. Hold, please.
Yeah.
I have add-ons, Matt.
Well, that'll do it.
Add-ons.
Also, Juan mentions, Juan sort of hits it as well. You went from coupon fatigue to cheering. There are folks who went from active coupon fatigue to cheering on the Lululemon credit.
I mean, I got a really nice coffee mug from Lululemon. I'm just saying. I also don't have
real fast.
I also I get it, but I also think Amex does. If you're going to talk about people doing coupons, Amex does coupons better.
I'm saying the
majority of us have. Yeah, that's also fair. Built and Spirit, Matt. Thoughts on Built and Spirit?
I mean, it's cute that they bought them at a discount. Is Spirit even going to be an airline in 12 months?
It's a good question.
Like, I would think it was a more interesting play if it had been Frontier or Breeze or even Allegiant at this point. Like, Spirit just got an emergency $100 million to patch holes. Like, before that $100 million lifeline, there were literally, folks were literally expecting Spirit to shut down that Monday. It is a weird time to announce Spirit as a one-to-one transfer partner when they just got a $100 million lifeline. American Airlines is going into Spirit's bankruptcy proceedings and saying we need to be kept abreast of everything. And now there's talk of Frontier going back to the merger table with Spirit. This is a really weird time to announce this. This would have saved Spirit 12 months ago.
Yeah. My Google Play balance currently is $1,057.31. I pay $145.96 a month, roughly. That is without tax. But I can't see that right now because my phone is currently my camera. I get to pay for approximately 7 months of the TVs with my balance currently. But I just got $100 off plus 6,000 points. So, the things we do. I was going to pay that. The thing is, I am going to pay for YouTube TV anyway.
I'm not paying the $114
my
a month.
YouTube TV bill. My YouTube bill is. Yeah, I have YouTube TV. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the craziness.
Yes, that is true.
Yep.
Matt, is Bill going to be a credit card in 12 months?
Maybe, possibly, who knows? Probably won't be one in 5 years.
Is Spirit going to be an airline in 12 months?
Maybe, possibly, who knows? Could be sold for junk. It could be sold for scrap. They were literally on the doorstep of shutting down.
I'm thinking of joining Costco for the first time by a Groupon. What should I look for? There's so much stuff on there. I don't know if you can add a family member as a guest if they don't live with you. That I don't know. I know if they live with you, you can. There is so much on Costco. Like I get protein shakes and protein bars from them. I don't get like meat and produce because I don't live close to one. I'm like 2 hours away and I have to get stuff shipped. But anything that I can wait like 3 days for, I will get there instead of Amazon or Walmart if I can help it. Walmart is just for little days.
Costco travel, Costco
Costco
also
has
can
travel. The
bundle
Apple stuff,
insurance.
a lot of stuff has Apple stuff has Apple Plus include or Apple Care included sometimes. It's great. There's so much. No, YouTube Premium is a requirement. I have my personal YouTube account that I just watch videos on. I have to go to either the Stack Your Points or my Do You Take Cards account to leave messages. And like, I hate watching videos that way because there's ads and I hate ads. Gasoline and restaurant gift cards are no brainers, pays for my membership. Yeah. No, like you can get Uber for like it's like $200 in Uber for like 160, I think, right now. It's great. You get free sometimes. If Google reduces the transfer rate, the only one I care about is Delta and Hilton, so I'm locked in.
Right, but there's going to be plenty of people who like for them that could be the out for sure.
Yeah.
There are going to be plenty of people who won't care.
I also
Plenty
have a
more.
feeling if Amex does this, others are not far behind.
Yeah. I've been saying the last couple of weeks that 5-4 is going to be the new 1-1. Like 1-1 will become the exception, not the rule. And that may be the thing that saves Chase. That may be the thing that Wells can glom onto. But 5-4 is significantly easier to say that 5-4 will be the new 1-1 than 1-1 will continue to be the gold standard.
Yeah. I think the domestic airlines, so I think AA, United, and Delta, and like the Spirits, Frontiers, Southwest, I think those will stay 1-1. I think the international ones is where it gets different.
I don't even know that. Maybe United, because there's already the precedent with Amex to have a domestic airline, at 5-4, because they have JetBlue as 5-4.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's going. I don't see Delta, United, or AA going 5-4. I guess I will give you $5 if you close a credit card. I will PayPal you $5. Please close it. Matt, did you check out Meadow Lane? I have not been to Meadow Lane.
I haven't. I remember seeing something about them like earlier today, though. I don't remember it being a positive thing. Pod 1.5 CFU looks a lot better retaining a 1-1 transfer. Yeah, but like, don't let that be the case. And don't say such spooky things. If we get 5-4 as the standard, we are cooked like the crabs. I hope you like crab cakes.
The game is changing. The only thing you can do is adjust.
Yeah.
Like one of the reasons that I care so much more about perks and like experience than I do about point redemption is because unless my experience sucks, and there's a lot of experiences to be had out there, I don't have a devaluation in the same way. There are some things that will change, but I don't have the same type of devaluation, which protects me and my delicate sensibilities. So,
yeah.
Anything else? We're approaching our 2-hour mark, Matt. Anything else you've got?
No, I got basically nothing.
I will see if I get my promised upgrade at my IHG tomorrow. If I get a room within a room, I will send at least the Coke Lounge photos if there is a room within a room. So, if you would like to join the Stack Your Points Discord and you are a member, you too can have access to the Coke Zero Lounge. Brought to you by the thing that literally edits this podcast.
Yep. All right. With that, it's time to say goodnight, Matt. And good night, Matt. And good night, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. Be on the lookout for my channel to do a live at some point next. The Mets.
Keith, be nice. That's all I'm saying.
The Red Sox did not let Pete Alonso walk and replace Pete Alonso with Jorge Polanco.
This is true. We did not do that.
And the Red Sox did not pay Jorge Polanco $22 million a year.
We do not also have a Bonilla Day. Thank you very much, MR. We appreciate that. And with that, good night, everybody.
Bye.